Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan Metal video. In this video we're going to be taking a look at the no item run for the red zone stage versus Majin Buu Absorption. So to be honest with you, a pretty fun stage. It's a very interesting stage, right? Because essentially it starts off pretty decently strong and then kind of scales up. Like so, it scales up and then it scales back down a little bit and then it scales back up right at the end. So it's a very weird stage in terms of power spiking. Generally speaking, you want to have units that always get stronger, especially in longer events when you are facing these kind of long form events. You know, events where you have multiple phases. In this case, we have 5 phases. You need to have, units that grow stronger. It's kind of mandatory. You're going to be taking a lot of wear and tear, so you need units that are strong off the bat, but that get exponentially stronger, get relatively stronger, and so you need scaling. Longer events always are going to harass you eventually, whether you take chip damage or an unlucky super. You need to have basically this very strong kind of level of performance. Now, in terms of, strictly speaking, the event itself, there's obviously that very annoying chip damage that the boos do. So it's very irritating. It's not super fun to deal with. They deal set amounts of damage to you every single turn. Now, usually I'd say this is not a huge problem, but of course, it can get to you, especially if you're running a team that has no form of regen. Regenning off of same type orbs is not always the easiest thing to do. Specifically speaking, regenning off of same type orbs with high defense isn't something you do with ease. You generally need to build up your defense quite a bit. Now this team obviously builds up this defense fairly quickly, but you have to build up your defense quite a bit. You've got to, really get to the point where those same type orbs are healing quite a bit. In the beginning, the damage that's done, the set damage per turn, is quite substantial. 120k, 60,000. So it's decent chunks. You couple that with chip damage and super attack damage, and you can be in a very tight situation, which you see we hover around that 50-60% market points. Now, the way to counter this is exactly how we've countered it. Active skills that heal, along with also passive healing from the Buu duo. So the Buu duo, lots of healing between them through links, but also through their passives. So their ability to heal, very, very pivotal in giving us that strong foundation to recover that damage that we're going to take. Now, with all that being said, let's talk about the roster. So, Majin Buu Saga team, definitely. You'll see I'm using an AGL Ultimate Gohan as lead. You don't have to do this, but I actually just really like pairing him up with Tech Gohan. Bear in mind that this obviously influences our overall stats, so it's actually gimping the rest of our team for the sake of us having him as a unit, which isn't necessarily worth it, but in this case I felt it worked out really, really nicely. This was the first attempt. It was actually by accident. I was busy filming footage for Ultimate Gohan as a duo with Tech Ultimate Gohan, and this run just ended up turning out to be a no item run as well. So very cool, very awesome, very nice and simple. So yeah, like I said, overall, nice to have AGL Ultimate Gohan. Obviously, you're going to be paired up with the Tech Ultimate Gohan. The two of them share a ton of links that are really pivotal. Cold Judgment, all in the family. They're very powerful together. AGL Gohan really helps to boost up that third slot unit by giving them that 20% extra defense when he hits his 24 key. He deals solid damage as well. And Tech Gohan, also very, very, very good as well. Obviously, nice damage dealer, especially once transformed. Getting those guaranteed crits, enabling him to do good damage because we're facing a Majin Buu Saga enemy. and very tanky. Builds himself up to be incredibly tanky very quickly. So in a long event like this, it's perfect for him to thrive. Now, I didn't want to have the two AGL Gokus are weirdly enough not actually probably peak picks for this team. To be honest with you, they're not necessarily units you might want to bring. But there's two reasons why. So firstly, I know that Goku will struggle a little bit with super attacks. I'm talking about the Angel. So this is the recently released one. He'll struggle a little bit with super attacks later on. The Buu color stage is probably his scariest stage because of the damage he could potentially take. But his strength early on is really where I need him. Especially in that physical phase and that strength phase against Buuhan. He really comes in clutch. His ability to tank, his damage that he deals is very, very important and crucial for those two phases specifically. And the same can be said about the SS3 Goku, the Super Easy 8-1. Exact same principle. The idea is that he basically gives us more than enough in terms of output with the potential sacrifice of the damage he can take. Now obviously both of them to a certain extent fall off a little bit. Goku loses quite a substantial amount of tankiness from the 5th turn onwards, and Super Easy 8 Goku, he obviously loses quite a fair chunk of stats from the 8th turn onwards, but they both still manage to be more than fine. The other units will then start to take over. You'll see I push them off to floating, and you tend to have the other units step in their place, as they are now the top level performers on the team. The Buu duo, it's very obvious why I brought them. Probably one of the most indestructible pairings of units in the game right now, to be honest with you. An incredibly powerful and potent duo that just are really top notch. You've got a lot that they do that's really, really awesome. The healing, the defensive security, the strength, everything like that. The raw damage outputs all very, very top notch. So them as a combo, incredibly powerful, really, really good. And for me, I find it to be really, really, really quite nice to run. So that was cool. The two of them, definitely a combination that I love running, and one that does a good chunk of damage as well. No chance of them dying really either once they're transformed. Physical Buuhan, absolute menace. Tech Buu, you can see here, soaking up that attack with ease. No real issues from that point onwards once they're transformed. And then obviously final piece is strength, LR, Goku and Vegeta. The Vegito transformation active skill comes in clutch. The ability to see super attacks, always super valuable. The heal, super valuable. I don't even think we actually used it, but really, really good. Being able to have all those added abilities, and plus the fact that they do a decent chunk of damage and defensive performance themselves, is all really good stuff. Genuinely speaking, always impressed with these EZAs. I think they were a really good job, and I think the strength of Vegeta and Goku are a really, really fun, solid combo to run for this stage. Ultimately, at the end of the day, the team, I don't want to say was, the team scaled super well, and with the strength, the starting strength of AGL Gohan and the AGL Gokus, with all three of those being very strong starting units, it gave the team a good enough foundation that once it started ticking over, you were basically guaranteed to no item. So all in all, really fun. You can make whatever tweaks you want. I'd love to hear what other teams you're using. I was going to use a Future Saga team, but it just seems like this one worked out while I was filming other footage, so I'll take it. But that's it from me. Obviously, no item runs don't have to be done. They are just a bunch of fun. But if people need any more help, let me know. Or if you want to just let me know a team, that's also really cool. But that's it from me. Bye.